You're going to need it.
And so Hirschman is saying that to Eastman, Charles, because he understood that what he was saying was criminal. So he's saying, stop saying that and say things that are legal. And he wants him to say orderly transition of power. But Eastman has, since the year 2000, had this theory that state legislatures could overturn the will of the people and appoint their own electors. This is something that goes back to the year 2000, when he tried to pull that same game in Florida. So the theory of the case, Charles, would be that because Eastman had the plan, he had the memo that said, here's how you do it, here's how you undo it, and he somehow convinced Trump that this could be done. That was the impetus for Trump to commit this crime. Is that the way that you'd be looking at it as a prosecutor?
That's absolutely right, Joy, and I'm glad you brought up Eastman's history with respect to this theory. He has been pushing this literally for over 2 decades at this point, going back to the Al Gore v. George Bush issue in Florida. And I think everything that Glenn and Hugo have said just underscores how absolutely mind-blowing where we are is. Think about this. We are on the precipice of a former president of the United States of America getting a criminal referral from Congress to the DOJ to prosecute him for trying to overturn an election. I know we've said it so many different times, but when you really think about how absolutely mind-blowing that is, it's truly absurd. The question has been so far, are we going to be able to connect Donald Trump to the actual activity that took place? Are we going to be able to connect Donald Trump to this state elector scheme that took place? And with respect to John Eastman as the linchpin and that memo that you described, that's exactly how they intend to do it as prosecutors if this referral takes place, which I expect it likely will.
And the referral could be for more than one person. Let's just be clear. The reporting is that it potentially could be against the former president. But let me just read to you, Hugo. This is what the criminal code says about rebellion against insurrection. The U.S. criminal code says whoever incites, sets foot, assists, or engages in any rebellion or insurrection against authority.
I don't want to go out in their field when they've got something going on, but I want to get a picture. Get turned around here.
14th Amendment. And so the question comes,
okay, this is Trout Lake.
This is Trout Lake right
the committee considered referrals against anyone else besides Donald Trump? Because this, in theory, could apply to some members of Congress, and that becomes a political, sticky potential situation if they are putting referrals forward on other members.
Yeah, I think you raise a really good point with that statute, and that's that's the element about not being able to hold office again. And the reason why the committee has been examining this is because, well, with Trump, they really find him a danger to democracy, and they don't think he should be eligible to be president ever again. And so they have been discussing this in kind of recent days. And I should also mention they've also been discussing seditious conspiracy, just to give you a sense of really what they're looking at and how seriously they consider what Trump did in the lead up to January 6th and on January 6th itself. But yeah, look, they're looking at referrals for a number of people, both criminal and civil. They're looking at criminal referrals for Trump, potentially other guys around him. Also civil referrals. People like, the House Republicans who defied subpoenas, they might get referred to the House Ethics Committee. But I think that's a really good point in that, we might even see criminal referrals for House members, because it is true that disqualification statute is so important, and the committee has been looking at that for so long and really trying to figure out